I am officially free from pills. I was taking 2 pills long term. First one was for chronic heartburn, and I resorted to nature. Started taking apple cider vinegar. I've been taking apple cider vinegar for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I haven't taken my heartburn medicine for like almost a month. I was taking heartburn medicine for like a year, and it got rid of the heartburn symptoms. It really did. It really got rid of it. But at what cost? Because as I started looking into it, there's a lot of long-term side effects from taking this medicine for several years, and I started feeling some of them. Like, I feel like I was starting to become slightly nutrient deficient. My iron level was slightly going down a little bit, and I was only taking it for a year. There's been people that are taking that heartburn medicine. There's a bunch of different heartburn medicine. There's been some people that have been taking it for several years, like 5, 10, 15 years. There's this one guy he calls himself Serious Keto on YouTube. He was taking the same heartburn medicine that I was taking, and then 5 years later, they ended up putting him on something stronger. So he was basically on it for like over 10 years. And then he looked into apple cider vinegar to treat the heartburn problem, because it's one of natural ways to get rid of it instead of taking more pills. So he took the apple cider vinegar challenge for 1 month. For 30 days, he took apple cider vinegar, just a couple teaspoons twice a day. And he essentially cured his chronic heartburn. Because he was essentially like me, where he would go through bottles of Tums. He'd be eating those Tums heartburn tablets like they were candy. He'd be going through handfuls of them every day, which is ridiculous. And he would also be on those heartburn pills for several years. So I decided to finally try that, because I don't like taking pills. I like to do things the natural way. If there's a natural way to treat something, then I'd like to try that and see how it works, because there's usually no side effects. So I finally decided to just go all out. One day, I was just like, I literally just threw all the heartburn pills down the toilet, and I was just putting all my faith into this apple cider vinegar. So I was just taking a big gamble doing this, because I literally threw away all my heartburn medicine. I still had the Tums, I have the off-brand one because it's half the price, but it's the same damn thing. I had the Tums on standby just in case, but otherwise I was basically just going cold turkey with the heartburn medicine and just trying out the apple cider vinegar and hoping for the best. And at first, like the first couple weeks, honestly, I was kind of skeptical over, like, is this even working? Because, like, I noticed that my heartburn started becoming less and less. I was noticing heartburn, like, slowly but surely it was happening less and less, and it was becoming less severe. But I was still experiencing it. Like 2 weeks later, I was still dealing with the heartburn. But I decided it hasn't been a month yet. I was doing the challenge for a month. It hasn't even been a full month yet. I think it's been like 3 weeks. But I told myself I'm going to stick to it for at least 1 month. I'm going to take this apple cider vinegar. Basically what I'm doing is I mix it, just a couple, like 2 or 3 teaspoons in a glass of water, and I drink it through a straw so it doesn't ruin my teeth. I do that twice a day. And I'm glad that I didn't give up, because at first I was getting a little bit discouraged, because I was kind of wondering, like, is this really working or not? But what I had to realize is that it's going to take some time for my body to basically adjust from my stomach being highly alkaline, because that's essentially what this heartburn medicine does. It decreases the acidity in your stomach. So my body had to obviously slowly but surely adjust to having a highly alkaline stomach, which is not good for you at all. It can greatly increase your chances of so many different infections just from that alone. That's just one of the many long-term side effects that you can have from taking those kind of heartburn medications long term. Your stomach is supposed to be highly acidic for a reason, to break down food, fight off all kinds of infections, that not only stomach infections, but intestinal infections too, because if bad kinds of bacteria and pathogens make its way through your stomach and there's not enough acidity to kill that stuff off and it makes it into your intestines, it can give you all kinds of sickness. That's not very good. So that's why I just decided, like, I am getting slightly discouraged doing this, but I've decided to stick to it anyway because my body obviously needs time to adjust from my stomach going from highly alkaline to highly acidic. It's not going to happen overnight, because even after like a couple weeks of taking this every day, even though I was noticing heartburn a lot less, I was still noticing heartburn like almost every day. But to this day, I can say that I was going from dealing with heartburn like every hour or every other hour to now I experience heartburn maybe once a day. Like, I was basically going from like 10 times a day dealing with heartburn to maybe once a day, and it only happens at night when I'm trying to sleep. And it's still pretty mild, so I just keep like 1 or 2 Tums tablets next to my bed just for emergencies. And if I happen to be dealing with a little bit of heartburn while I'm trying to sleep, I just take like 1 or 2 Tums. It gets rid of it for the rest of the... So tired of this damn thing overheating all the time. I can't even make a 5-minute video of this stupid thing closing the camera, overheating. Even after I go back inside, it still won't do anything until I restart the damn thing. Stupid buggy phones. Android 11 was so much better than 12, damn it. I hate Android 12. I'll get back to you on the rest of this vlog when I get to the store. Another new car again. I'm glad this thing has a sunroof, just like my last car. Fuck this heat. There's never anything to do outside other than swimming. As I was saying earlier, assuming I'm not going to get interrupted again with annoying heating issues, it feels like a huge burden has been lifted from me. I feel a little bit more free when I find out that I don't have to take a pill anymore. Because half the time when you have to take a pill for something, it's usually temporary to get rid of an infection or something, or it's like a vitamin. But there's a lot of times where when you have to take a pill for a chronic issue, there's so many times where you have to take medicine for years or even forever. And finding out that this pill that I've been taking, that I was assuming I would have to take forever, when I find out that I don't have to take this thing anymore, it feels so good. Just feeling like I'm free from this. It's like a ball and chain has been lifted from my ankle. Now, another thing that I just discovered is apparently one of the reasons why I've been feeling really weird, and I've been noticing a weird pattern with this brain fog, this weird fatigue, like drained kind of feeling, this like little bit of anxiety kind of feeling, because I have thyroid issues. I've had that for a couple of years apparently. So for a couple of years I've been taking thyroid medicine to treat that condition. But apparently recently, over the past few months, I've been going on this detox cleanse where I've just been living a higher quality of life, avoiding all the garbage and like foods, eating more whole foods, and just getting higher quality, just personal hygiene stuff in general, just avoiding chemicals. And as a result, not only have I essentially, at least from first impressions, I feel like I've almost cured my heartburn, because I was going from having heartburn like a dozen times a day and then having to take this medicine long term, which got rid of it, but at what cost? Having all these long-term symptoms that have a higher chance of happening the longer you take it. So I got rid of that through natural remedies, and now apparently whatever I'm doing with this higher quality of living, avoiding all these chemicals and everything, and just trying to get higher quality stuff in general, apparently my thyroid is fixing itself. Because I was at the doctor today and I was telling him my symptoms, and he was saying that apparently this was a result of my thyroid medicine kind of overdoing it because I don't need the thyroid medicine anymore either. I was taking that thyroid medicine for at least a couple of years, and the changes in my lifestyle have apparently made my thyroid go back to normal, and I no longer need to take this thyroid medicine every day anymore. So just over the past, damn it, it's Friday and there's way too many damn people everywhere. Anyway, just in the past month or so, I've just had so much relief from the fact that not having to take heartburn pills anymore, and now I don't have to take a thyroid medicine anymore either. It really goes to show how much low quality toxic chemicals really is in our everyday products, because the more I avoid all this stuff, the more that I apparently seem to be getting over these chronic illnesses. My chronic heartburn is slowly but surely fading away. My thyroid disorder is resolving itself naturally. So, like I said, my doctor told me to just stop taking the thyroid medicine because I was already on the lowest dosage in the first place. I was on the lowest dosage for the thyroid medicine. And I've been noticing that despite everything being normal, every time I do blood tests, every time I do any kind of test, everything comes back almost flawless, pretty much flawless. The only thing that came back kind of off a little bit was my cortisol level was slightly higher than usual, probably because my life is nothing but petty stress. It's a whole nother video of its own. But every single time I take any sort of blood test, any physical therapy, any of those kind of health tests, it always comes back perfect. Except apparently this actually confused me at first, because like I had my thyroid tested like 2 or 3 months ago and it was normal, but the way I was feeling wasn't normal. And then when I finally started finding a link between the way I was feeling to this thyroid medicine I've been taking, I'm wondering, why am I still taking this? Is this really necessary? Maybe I don't need to take this anymore. I feel like I'm overdosing on something. It makes me feel drained and lightheaded, and I just feel like crap every time I take it. And it's funny because every time I would wake up, I would just feel the usual trying to wake up kind of feeling. Nothing new there. But then, like maybe around an hour later, I would just start feeling like crap. I would feel just feel brain fog, fatigue, just drained and anxious, and just wondering, why do I feel like this? It coincidentally always happened shortly after I took the thyroid pill. So that's why, like I said, after I talked to the doctor about it, the thing I like, this is the first doctor that I've had that I actually like. The doctor I currently have is the first doctor I've ever known that doesn't push pills on you. He actually prefers not to prescribe pills if it's not absolutely necessary. So that's why when I talked to him about the apple cider vinegar initially, he told me a lot of people swear by apple cider vinegar for heartburn. And then I told him again that I've been actively taking apple cider vinegar for heartburn, and it's definitely been working. It's been doing good things for me, and he seemed happy. He didn't seem disappointed like a lot of these other pill pushing doctors are. He was like, yeah, definitely don't take the heartburn medicine anymore. If the apple cider vinegar is way better. He was saying if the apple cider vinegar is working, then yeah, definitely keep taking that. That's way better. And then that's when he also told me to just stop cold turkey with the thyroid medicine, which I've already been doing. I didn't take it yesterday, I didn't take it today, and coincidentally I feel fine, even though I could have slept a little bit better, but other than just wanting to take a nap and doing more blood tests kind of made me feel kind of queasy, but other than that, I don't feel nearly as bad as I did when I was taking that stupid thyroid medicine. I feel like when I first started taking it a couple years ago, it was working, my thyroid was normal, but at this point I feel like my thyroid is slowly but surely resolving itself just through my new and better lifestyle. Apparently it's helping my thyroid. So that's why 2 pills, those are the only 2 pills that I was taking, and I don't have to take either of them anymore. I am actually really relieved that I don't have to take any pills at all anymore. I'm just back to taking multivitamins. That's it. I take vitamins just to stay healthier, and that's about it. So this is why I like to be healthy, because you can actually cure yourself. Not everyone thinks that they have to take these pills every day for the rest of their life. You don't necessarily have to. And like, quick disclaimer, we always have to say this during these videos. Obviously, I'm not a medical professional, so if you have a doctor or a healthcare professional, healthcare practitioner, whatever, always talk to them first before trying any of this stuff out. Like, I would never recommend trying any of these home remedies until you talk to your doctor first, because I've heard, like, with some things, you know, like with apple cider vinegar, for example, if you're on a certain medication, probably wouldn't be a good idea to take it because it could potentially cause a side effect or, you know, make you sick or something. So that's why it's just common sense. I'm just talking about my experience and what I've been going through and what I've been doing with my personal life. And I feel like what the changes that I've been making in my personal life have been doing a lot of good things for me. It's helping me naturally get better from these chronic illnesses that I've been suffering from. And that's why it seems like nothing, but when you're actually in the situation where you have to take pills for years or even for the rest of your life, you're told you have to take these pills potentially forever, and then one day you find out that you're better, you don't need to take these pills anymore, no pills at all, it just feels like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
That's been my vlog. I'm tired. I'm probably gonna go to bed. So, I don't feel like talking about much else. Thanks for watching.